What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today I want to play Thundurus Therian. You see Thundurus incarnate a lot with its prankster, but you don't really quite see Thundurus Therian, and Thundurus Therian has really good special attack with a base 145, so we're going to slap a Choice Specs on that and go for as much damage as possible. We're also playing this on a Koraidon team, so we have Koraidon and Venusaur shenanigans, we have Indeedee to override Grassy or Electric Terrain, we have Incineroar to do Incineroar shenanigans, and then we have Grimmsnarl here with dual screen support, so that should be really nice at the end of the day. We're going to try to get tanky with the screens. We have Spirit Break to chip away some HP along with some special attack stats. Koraidon here has Breaking Swipe to have a spread option. We're going to try that out today. We have the Collision Course and Flare Blitz to just absolutely blow things up. And yeah, we're basically going to try to do as much damage as possible. We're going to try to get Sleep Powders off with Venusaur, but it is Sleep Powder, so we'll find out. This might be the last time I use Sleep Powder Venusaur, though. I might switch it up and try to run Growth or something else on a bulkier set. But anyways, let's jump right on in to the battles. We got a mono bug team. Alright, well, a somewhat mono bug team. There's Rillaboom there. Alright, so we've got Rillaboom, Vivillon, Volbeat. Volbeat is interesting. I genuinely forgot Volbeat existed over the course of the weekend, too. Anyways, we got Volbeat. Volbeat does get Prankster. We have Volcarona, Heracross, and Rillaboom. So, honestly, my Koraidon looks really nice here with Flare Blitz. Not gonna lie. I think we bring Grimmsnarl. I think we get some screens. I think we bring Incineroar in the back. And honestly, so long as we get that Vivillon gone, we don't have to worry about the likes of Sleep Powder. You know what? I'm going to bring Incin in the lead. I'm going to bring Grimmsnarl in the back. And honestly, I think Venusaur could be nice, but I also kind of like the look of Thundurus as well. Thundurus might be all right. All right. Yeah, I think we can bring Thundurus. I mean, we could also bring Venusaur, but you know what? We'll bring the Specs Thundurus, and then that way, too, we do have Volt Switch shenanigans. So, worst case scenario, if I get into a situation where I need to pivot out Incin, I can pivot to Thundurus, and then just re-pivot back into Incineroar. So, there is that. Koraidon's going to do a lot of damage with Flare Blitz, which is going to be really nice. Collision Course is not going to be doing me much, but Breaking Swipe might be valuable as well, since that can bypass the Rage Powder. Now, I might need to do the Terra Fire just to make sure I don't burn myself off Volcarona's Flame Body. So, it's going to be Volbeat and Rillaboom right out of the gate. Alright, so I could go for the... I can go for the Fake Out into the Volbeat, or I can go for a straight-up Flare Blitz. I don't see a direct reason to terrestrialize Koraidon just yet. So, I think what we do is, I think we double into the... I want to say I think we double into the Rillaboom, but I'm scared of that Volbeat, to be completely honest. So, you know what? I think we're just going to double up into the Volbeat. I think we're going to Fake Out and Flare Blitz. And then this way, too. Yeah. Koraidon takes the Fake Out, but Volbeat takes a Fake Out too. So, Volbeat's got the Tailwind, they're Covert Cloak, so... Alright. They've got Speed, which I'm not terribly concerned about. Incin can get rid of the Rillaboom for me, or I can... Actually, you know what? I'm going to Flare Blitz the Rillaboom with Koraidon, and I'm just going to Flare Blitz with Incin into Volbeat. So they've got Tailwind off, which, you know what, that's fine. I really don't know a lot about what Volbeat does, so I'm gonna have to look into that. We're getting a Taunt, which, you know what, I can live with that. I mean, Koriadon only has Protect. Incin's gonna take a high horsepower, but that Intimidate drop into the Rillaboom is really nice for me. The Flare Blitz will put me into my own berry range, so I'll get back some HP that way. And, we'll be able to go from there. So Koraidon takes a little bit of chip there, and then Incin's going to take the chip there as well. So goodbye, Volbeat. Get out of here. Yeah. You can't see her because Noelle's over on the other side of the room, but Noelle just kind of looked at me like, are you alright? Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, she just stopped grooming herself just to look up and be like, you good? You good there, buddy? So, what two bugs are coming out now? Heracross, which that's a little concerning for Incin, and Rillaboom. Now, Rillaboom is a fairy type. Now I kind of need to go for that Terrifier. Yeah, I need to go for the Terrifier if I want to live a Moonblast, and Grimmsnarl doesn't like that either. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Flare Blitz into the Rillaboom, and Incin is going to... Incin's going to run away. We're going to bring in Grimmsnarl just to preserve our Intimidate. Also, in preserving our Fake Out's good. We saw that the Volbeat was the one with the Cobra Cloak, so we can bring Incin back in and Fake Out the Rillaboom and just go from there. I'm thinking Rillaboom's got a Focus Sash. We're going to see the Terra off of them, so Rillaboom is the Terra candidate right here. So they're Terra Fairy. They're going to double up on the Fairy type stab, which, you know what, that's fine. I'm going Terra Fire, so Koriadon is going to live this Moonblast. No problem at all. Grimmsnarl, on the other hand, Grimmsnarl's not going to like that, but I have a feeling they might have went Close Combat or maybe Rock Blast into Incin. Now, if they did the reverse and they went Moonblast into the Incin slot, Grimmsnarl's not going to like that, and Rock Blast into Koriadon could be bad, but they went Dazzling Gleam, so you know what? Grimmsnarl, that does hurt, but Grimmsnarl can live right there. But they went Close Combat into Koriadon, so you know what? Not great. But I can get some screens up. Screens aren't the worst thing imaginable. And I do have Prankster Thunderwave on Grimmsnarl, so Moxie Heracross. Alright. They're not Guts, they're Moxie. So I can Fake Out. I can Fake Out and Spirit Break. Or no, I don't want to Spirit Break because Rillaboom is going to be faster thanks to the Tailwind. And, you know, the fact that Rillaboom is naturally faster. But anyways, this is the last turn of Tailwind. I'm going to Fake Out into the Heracross slot. And I'm going to Prankster Thunderwave the Rillaboom. If we get the pair into that, that's going to slow Rillaboom down. Now, Heracross goes for the Protect. That's fine. Getting a little bit of speed in with Thundurus is going to be okay. So Heracross doesn't take the Fake Out. Rillaboom would have been a really good candidate to get for that, but you know what? It is what it is. Incineroar can at least Flare Blitz into the Rillaboom. We also pick up the Para right out of the gate. That's nice. Also, Incineroar also got an Intimidate drop into the Heracross. I'm 99% sure. So, no. It didn't. No, it did. It did. Yeah, okay. So they're not Clear Amulet, which is nice. I'm going to bring in Thundurus right here. And I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave into that Heracross with Grimmsnarl. And then this way, too, that'll make sure that Incin is faster than both of them. And Thundurus can Sludge Bomb into the Rillaboom. I think that's alright at the end of the day. Now, if Heracross went for the knockout into Grimmsnarl, we'll also just undo the Moxie boost, too. So, here comes the Dazzling Gleam. Thundurus is going to be resistant to close combat, but at that range, yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. But Heracross is parried. Alright, so Grimmsnarl gets the last laugh there. Rillaboom is going to be slower than Thundurus. A Specs Sludge Bomb could be nice here. So, let's see. Do I think Heracross has a Focus Sash, or do I think it is the Rillaboom? I honestly think it's the Rillaboom. I also think Heracross goes for the... Protect here, so maybe I'm going to attack them with Thundurus. And I'm going to attack Rillaboom with the Flare Blitz instead. Nope, no Protecto to them, so you know what? -2 special defense are up. Goodbye, Heracross. Thank you, Specs. And Incin is actually slower than the Rillaboom. Okay, that's a little bit concerning, but the recoil. The recoil could be bad. I don't think I'll live that. Fake Out might have been alright. Fake Out might have been alright there. That's not enough to pick them off, and the recoil puts me down to 15, so unfortunately they actually get me there. That's... Oh, but we get the para! Okay, okay. Incineroar is going to knock itself out with its own recoil, but you know what? We get the Rillaboom at the same time, so... Alright. Okay, that was way closer than I expected it to be, but you know what? I really like this this team. Like, aside from the Rillaboom, like, it was a full mono bug team. So, you know what? That was pretty cool at the end of the day. The Rillaboom definitely gave me a lot of problems, and I got really lucky with the paralysis, so very happy about that. What I probably should have did last turn, though, is I probably should have faked out into Rillaboom first, and then that way Thundurus would have been able to survive, and then we would have been able to go for the Flare Blitz the following turn with Incineroar, and then Incineroar would have been able to bring it down, because I'm 99% sure that Fake Out would have provided enough chip that we would have been able to pick it up with the Flare Blitz there. But anyways, good game to my opponent. Alright, we've got a Miraidon team here with Iron Thorns, Volcarona, Gyarados, Meowscarada, and Dragonite. Alrighty. So, Iron Thorns is really cool. I'm kind of hoping my opponent brings it to the battle, because, you know, Venusaur really likes the Iron Thorns. It wants to get really up close and personal with that Giga Drain, that's for sure. I think I'm going to bring Koraidon Venusaur for the lead. Now, Volcarona could be a little bit of a problem, but that should be alright. I kind of want to bring Thundurus to the back, because Thundurus does have the Volt Switch for the Gyarados. It's got Dark Pulse to hit... Well, it's just got Dark Pulse for generic Dark-type damage. It's got Sludge Bomb for the Meowscarada. It's got the Tera Fairy to make it immune to Dragon-type attacks. And what the Voltazord, that is really nice if I need it for dealing with Miraidon. And I think we bring Indeedee so that we can get our Psychic Terrain up. If they lead Miraidon into Koraidon and Venusaur, I can always bring in the Psychic Terrain to override their Hadron engine, which would be really nice. So there is that. Also being able to override Extreme Speed would be nice with Psychic Terrain. So it's going to be Dragonite, Meowscarada instead. Alright, so I have some decent speed working for me with Venusaur. I think I Tera Fire. I think I Breaking Swipe. And Meowscarada is fairly fast. Triple Axle could hurt. But Venusaur should be alright to live in Extreme Speed, so I think I Sludge Bomb. I think I Sludge Bomb into the Meowscarada, and I think I Breaking Swipe with Koriadon here. Meowscarada might be choice itemed, like maybe Choice Bandit. They could be Focus Sash, which could be a little bit unpleasant. Now, I don't get to keep my Tera Fairy for my Thundurus, but you know what, that's fine. I was right, the Meowscarada was sashed, so Breaking Swipe will finish that off. There was no Extreme Speed out of the Dragonite. They went for Play Rough into Koriadon, so maybe an Outrage or a Dragon Claw. Maybe. We get an attack drop into Dragonite, which is nice. They also have Dragon Dance. Okay. So. Because Meowscarada turned into a Fairy type, it got to dodge. It got to dodge that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Indeedee now. And this way, if they want to go for an extreme speed, they can't. And Sludge Bomb is going to do a fair amount to Dragonite. So I don't dislike that. I also want to get Miraidon off the field. Or not Miraidon, Meowscarada. I do want to get them off the field. But they are locked into being a fairy type now, too. So there is that. Yeah, let's get Meowscarada off the field. We're going to switch Koraidon out, because I think we can see a Terra Normal Extreme Speed coming. They might just go for another Dragon Dance, which would put them back up to +1 and then +2 speed. Which, that could be really bad for Venusaur. Which Extreme Speed would get around that anyway, so they might go for a Dragon Dance again. Sucker Punch is coming in here, but thanks to the Psychic Terrain, that's going to keep Venusaur safe. So we'll get rid of Meowscarada. So they're gone. Now, Miraidon has the potential to come in and override my terrain. Ooh, there's Outrage into Indeedee. Indeedee is going to take it, though. No problem. Thank you, Indeedee. So, Volcarona is coming in here. Alright, so... I think Indeedee is going to follow me so that we pull that Outrage into it. And we haven't seen a Terra just yet. This could be Quiver Dance Volcarona. So I think I'm going to try to get them with a Sleep Powder now. We don't see Miraidon switch in, which means this is our one chance to get a Sleep Powder off. And Volcarona dodged it. Okay, thank you Venusaur. Oh, you tried. You tried. We take a crit here. This could be a Heat Wave off the... This could be a Heat Wave off the Volcarona instead. No, it's just Quiver Dance. So, you know what? That's fine. They're both at +1 speed, but at the same time, Koraidon should be alright, or in the bare minimum, at least Venusaur should be alright. Okay. Breaking Swipe Sludge Bomb should be enough to deal with that Dragonite. Though Flare Blitz into Volcarona could be nice too. Okay. I think they might switch in Miraidon here, so I'm gonna Sludge Bomb into the Dragonite slot, and I'm gonna Flare. No switch. Okay, great. So you know what? We almost pick up Dragonite there. Volcarona is going for Fiery Dance. Dragonite is at neutral attack. Koraidon might live this and then be able to hit the Volcarona. It might. Okay. Dragonite is now confused, so that does help. That helps a lot, actually. And then we can get the Flare Blitz off, knock out Volcarona. Now that is at full HP, so I'm probably gonna lose the Koraidon here, which I really would not like. Oh, I get to keep it with 3 HP. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's the Iron Thorns. Okay. Okay. Now, we haven't seen Terra yet, so that could be the Iron Thorns. I'm surprised they didn't bring the Miraidon, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect my Koraidon here, and I'm gonna Dark Pulse into the Dragonite, and then that way, if I get to keep Thundurus, I can go for the Collision Course or the Flare Blitz, because I really feel like this is the Iron Thorns. So you know what? It's Terra Electric. Flare Blitz will get bonus damage with the Sun, which is nice. Now, if they went for Wild Charge into Thundurus, that could be really nice. Dragonite's confused. Low Kick, okay. Koraidon keeps itself alive. And we can hit that Dragonite and get that off the field. Goodbye. And from here, what we can do is we can go for the Dark Pulse into the Iron Thorns. Yeah. Nope, I lose my Iron Thorn, or my Thundurus. Okay. Do I still have the sun? No, I don't. Okay. I do have Stab on both Collision Course and Flare Blitz. You know what? We're going to lock into it. We're going to see how much damage we're going. We're going out Blaze of Glory style. Okay. So, come on, Koraidon. Terra Fire, boosted Flare Blitz. Let's go. Maximum Overdrive. Half HP. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, you know what? I deserve that. I do. Because, you know, I should have maybe gone for some damage into the Iron Thorns. If they still had the rock typing, I could have gone Collision Course. And, yeah, Collision Course would have been really nice there. Unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards. So, you know what? My opponent held their own really good there. So, good game to my opponent. All right, we've got a Zamazenta team here with Chien-Pao, Annihilate, Rillaboom, Latios, and Pelipper. Okay. I think we can bring Thundurus. Thundurus looks really nice here. I think we can bring Indeedee to deal with the anti-fake out, which could be really nice. Koraidon and Venusaur could be really nice. Grimmsnarl could be really nice. I really like the idea of having Koraidon for Flare Blitz damage into Zamazenta. If we can get Annihilate off the field, that could be really good too. I think we bring Grimmsnarl instead of Annihilate. Yeah. I think we do that, and then that way we can also get Reflect up. Reflect could be really nice for these guys. So we'll lock in with that. Yeah, we'll try to get Reflect up, and then that way we don't have to worry about the damage output from Annihilate or Zamazenta. I'm a little bit worried if the Annihilate has coaching for the Zamazenta. I ran into that against Calyrex Ice Rider, which that's a treat. That is a treat, coaching Calyrex Ice Rider. Okay, so it's Latios and Annihilate, so we have Thundurus coming in here. We have Indeedee. Getting rid of Annihilate is probably going to be for the best. So maybe I go Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt. Yeah, maybe I do that, because Annihilate does have some really good bulk at the end of the day. Yeah, I think we do that. I think we go for the Dazzling Gleam, and then that way we have the damage to hit them both, and then that way if the Latios has a Sash, we can break that. I don't know if Latios would necessarily have a Sash, though, because there is a Chien-Pao, so Latios might even be a Covert Cloak or a Life Orb. Even Soldew. I'm pretty sure Soldew is allowed in VGC now. It used to be banned back in the day for anyone who is a newer player. Soldew used to be banned because it had a very different effect from what it does now. We're going to see a close combat off the Annihilate, so I really like the Thunderbolt call, and we see an Icy Wind. Okay. So I'm going to switch Thundurus out because I don't want my Choice Specs Thundurus taking another speed drop and then getting outsped by something. So I think Grimmsnarl might be really good to bring in here. And we're going to get a single target Dazzling Gleam into Latios, so that's a good chunk. I think we bring in Grim, get some screens. And the nice thing here too, I can side target Thundurus with a Thunder Wave. Yeah, I could do something like that. I'm going to bring in Grim now, and I'm going to protect Indeedee. I'm going to protect Indeedee here. They might just Iron Defense the Zamazenta, which will give Koriadon a little bit of trouble in the long run, but so long as I have my Thundurus, I should be able to do some chip damage to that Zamazenta and help Koriadon out in the long run. Latios is also Levitate too, so Latios could be hypothetically hit with a Thunder Wave. Yeah. Terra Grass, okay, so... Spec Sludge Bomb looks really nice there. Yeah. Spec Sludge Bomb could be really nice into Zamazenta. Now, there's a Luster Purge into the Thundurus slot, so Grimmsnarl is going to take that no problem. And Behemoth Bash into... Okay. I'm going to get a Reflect Up right now. And I'm going to Dazzling Gleam just to get a little bit of chip into both of these Pokemon. Yeah, I want to get a little bit of chip off into them. If Indeedee goes down here, which Indeedee likely is, I can bring in Koriadon. I can Terra Fire. Latios is going for the Protect right here. I get my Reflect, so now Behemoth Bash is not going to do as much damage, which is really nice at the end of the day, because Zamazenta is going for Grim. I'll get a little bit of chip into the Zamazenta. Now, that was actually a crit, so despite how little that was, I'm okay with that. I'm going to Thunder Wave into the Latios, try to get the Para, and I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. We saw Protect off Latios last turn, so unless they switch, Grimmsnarl should be safe to go for this. We know they have the Icy Wind on the Latios, but having Koraidon come in and being faster than that is going to be nice in the long run. That should be enough to get... Yeah, okay. So this is going to let me get Koraidon in. I can Flare Blitz the Zamazenta. And they're just going to Icy Wind my Indeedee. So, you know what? Indeedee's going to be alright here. We get another Dazzling Gleam off. So Latios is actually getting kind of chipped down from that, which is nice. It's too bad I can't check to see what my opponent has, because really a Sludge Bomb would be really nice into the Zamazenta. If they have Chen Pao in the back, that's going to outspeed Thundurus, unfortunately, but it could just be the Pelipper, which if it is, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to Flare Blitz. It'll still be super effective damage at the end of the day. And I'm going to Dazzling Gleam just to try to wear down Latios a little bit more. If they Luster Purge, it's not going to be pleasant for Koriadon, but Koriadon should be alright. We've seen Luster Purge, we've seen Icy Wind, we've seen Protect. Maybe the fourth move is Tailwind. And if it is, that could be a little bit troublesome. So, Zamazenta is going to withdraw, so maybe this is Pelipper coming in now. It is, okay. I think I bring in Thundurus. Yeah, I think I bring in Thundurus here. I don't mind getting this damage off into Latios. So, Indeedee's at -2. Indeedee's at -2 speed. I also clicked the Dazzling Gleam instead of the Helping Hand. So you know what? Depending on how much damage this does, this could be really nice for me. Nope, that did nothing. And it's Rocky Helmet Pelipper, which is not pleasant, but okay. That's a lot of damage, which I don't want. I don't want Koraidon taking that, but I don't want it subbing in on that either. Alright, so Pelipper could Wide Guard. It could also... Okay. Here's what I think I do. I think Breaking Swipe will get rid of the Latios. I think I Breaking Swipe, and I think I Follow Me. Okay, they're gonna do that. All right. So no Wide Guard. So I'm getting a second shot, which is nice. So I wonder how much damage a Sludge Bomb would do to Pelipper. Yeah, okay. Koraidon's going to take Rocky Helmet. Indeedee's going to eat a Weather Ball. We're at +1 special defense, though. Yeah, it's still enough to knock it out. Okay. I think what we do, I think we use Koriadon to get Latios off the field. And I think we try to get Pelipper with Sludge Bomb. Yeah, I think that's what we do. I think we Collision Course into Latios. If they switch in Zamazenta, that's great. And I think we try to get the Pelipper gone with the Specs Sludge Bomb. If we get that off the field, that is wonderful. Because Pelipper can do a lot of damage with that Weather Ball. Oh! Oh! I feel very good about this because they probably thought a Thunderbolt was coming into the Pelipper. So, Latios is going down. Okay, Latios goes down. So, Thundurus is going to get this Specs boosted Sludge Bomb into Zamazenta, which Zamazenta is not going to appreciate as a grass type. Okay. That's almost a knockout. Koraidon is faster than Zamazenta. Koraidon just finishes off the Zamazenta, and Thundurus goes for the Pelipper. Yeah. They don't have Tailwind on the field. Koraidon doesn't have any speed drops, so I think this is okay. So unless they're max speed Zamazenta, because Koraidon isn't max speed, that's the only thing that kind of gets me, potentially, is if my Thundurus is, or if my Koraidon is slower than their Zamazenta. What I could have maybe done was I could have protected Koraidon, but if Thundurus picks up Pelipper here, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it if I get the Pelipper here with the Sludge Bomb. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Okay. Yeah, because we can get the Thundurus no problem with the Sludge Bomb into Zamazenta. Or we can get the Zamazenta with Thundurus no problem. And Koraidon is faster. Okay, so we are going to pick up the Zamazenta right there. So we are going to finish off the Zamazenta, which I'm very happy about that. We break through it. We were fortunate enough that they switched into that Sludge Bomb because they probably thought an electric type attack was coming. But yeah, honestly, Thundurus was the end game for Zamazenta, so I'm just glad they presented Zamazenta to Thundurus right out of the gate. So very happy with that. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you guys so much for checking out this Thundurus Therian team in action. We ended up playing against a almost mono bug team, which actually put up a really good fight, but we were able to cheese out some para shenanigans with Grimmsnarl, so I'm very happy about that. We were able to take out the -2 special defense Heracross with Thundurus, and then Incineroar was able to finish off the Rillaboom. We played up against a Miraidon team here, which they actually didn't bring the Miraidon. They brought the Iron Thorns instead, and honestly, wasn't expecting Terra Electric Iron Thorns to be able to take a Flare Blitz off Terra Fire Koriadon as well as it did, but I did lose the Sun, so it probably did have that working in its favor since I lost the bonus attack modifier from the Sun for the boosted fire type damage. If I had one turn of Sun, that might have gone a little bit differently, but you know what? It is what it is. It is how the game plays out. We were able to bring their Meowscarada down to its Focus Sash with Venusaur. Unfortunately, we did miss the Sleep Powder with Venusaur, so that was a thing, but we were able to keep their Terra, or actually not their Terra because it was the Iron Thorns. We were able to keep their Dragonite in check though. We got a Breaking Swipe off into that. We got it down to a -1 attack, so that Dragon Dance really didn't quite do as much. Thus, we didn't have to worry about the Outrage too much. We were able to get that picked off, thankfully. Venusaur did some really good damage to it, and Thundurus was able to finish it off with a Dark Pulse. And then we played that Zamazenta team with the Pelipper, and Thundurus just said thank you when that Terragrass Zamazenta switched in for Pelipper with the Sludge Bomb coming its way. We took most of its HP. Zamazenta went down after a follow-up collision course, and Pelipper went down to a Sludge Bomb, and thankfully it was at half its HP. Koriadon was in a little bit of danger there with about 16-ish HP, so it was nice to pick off the Pelipper with Thundurus, allowing Koriadon to finish the Zamazenta. Let me know what you think of Thundurus Therian down in the comments below. If you've used it, let me know what you use as well. I'm curious to pick some brains here and see what else people use, and trying to get some more resources aside from just going and looking at both Smogon and Pikalytics. Anyways, guys, thank you once again so much for watching the video. I will see you next time.